Oh, he should not have stalled right there. The peanut butter flows through you. Oh, yes. The peanut butter is strong with this one. I'm sorry I lied and said that we were leaving. We're not. We're here permanently. Oh, this is fun. What's cracking, people? Angelic Mayhem here. Welcome to Ring Runner. This is a brand new game that just came out on Steam this week. And I wanted to do a first impressions video of it just to, talk about like what it is and some of the issues that I've been having with it. The very first thing that you should notice is that this game is oddly sized. Believe it or not, in the options menu, I actually have it set for 1280 by 720, except it's not. All right, so there are a few issues with this game, but being an indie title, all right, I'm trying to work with it here to hopefully get past all that and try and find out if the story is any good. Basically, on the left-hand side, we have our menu here, okay? It's all pretty standard stuff. Options menu, all right, so here we go. Video, you have a lot of customization in terms of what you actually see when it's on camera and its quality. So if you have some issues with it running on your personal computer, I wouldn't have that problem because I have a tremendous computer with all kinds of graphics abilities. Now, 1280 by 800, these numbers mean absolutely nothing, okay? You can try any one of them that you want. You will get a game that is about 856 by 512, all right, which isn't even a real resolution. It just kind of is meant to be played as a window, apparently. So that's my thought on that. When we go over here to audio, oops, you actually have to like kind of push the mouse up in order to get out of that. When we go over to audio, again, we have a lot more settings. I'm going to just jack down master volume altogether. Oops, there we go. Audio quality high, I find that to be interesting. So I'm not entirely sure why that's there or if that's actually a benefit of some type, but very odd. I find that to be very odd. Oop, go up here, game. Mouse sensitivity, leave it exactly where it is. This is actually pretty sensitive. If you jack it up all the way, you're going to be bonkers, all right? And then key bindings. These work. But it's one of these situations where, let's say that, because R is here, if I wanted to make go forward R, and I tried to do that, it would give me an error message, okay? So what you have to do in order to re-keybind is you have to actually go, switch this one to be F1, switch this one to be F2, switch this one to be F3, switch this one to be F4, and then after you null them all out, then go back and say, okay, I want thrust to be E, I want afterburners to be space, etc., 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 all right? So that's how that's going to work. Back, close, help is the usual. Profile, you can actually set up a profile and then swap between profiles. It's the equivalent to swapping between games. And when we go into single player, we're just going to continue the campaign that we're on. Obviously, you can go back and try another mission. Each mission has a variety of achievements that you can do. For instance, there are certain missions that if you beat them in a certain amount of time, you get like a bonus achievement. Or if you do them without taking any damage, you can get an achievement that way. So, and each one's completely different. So it's very interesting. Trying to, like the very first mission is you actually just simply have to escape from the space station that you're in because it's about to explode. And, like all you have to do is to get the achievement, you have to not take damage, but you're literally flying down this tube that is full of guys, like in towers that are shooting at you. So, like you have, it's really tricky actually. I tried it like 8 or 9 times. I couldn't do it. I just could not take damage. It was crazy. But anyway, let's go continue campaign, right? And I'll just show you what this game looks like. So here we are. There's going to be a firefight in a second, so you'll have to bear with me while I kind of fight through that. This is Nero. He is the computer in your head, and he has he jibber jabbers about things that are happening in the area and stuff like that. They also have a lot of very clever quips and things where, like, you and him, you're kind of like buddies now because he's trapped in your skull. He makes jokes about oh, I need food, and stuff like that. Like, it's funny. It's really good. Alright, so G, continue. If I hold down G, I can just skip out of this. So that's what we're going to do. And then here comes the guys. The green line indicates where they are. And I just blew him out of the sky. Same deal. And now this guy, he got the drop on me, so we're going to have to go a little bit different here. Boom. Sweet. On the left-hand side, you can see there's like a blue bar. It's vertical, and it says energy on it. That is the physical amount of energy that your craft has. You actually have a tremendous amount of energy, so you're usually not going to have to worry about that too much in terms of getting from point A to point B. You're on the right-hand side. There's a green bar that is your shield that will replenish fairly quickly when you're out of combat. And then at the bottom is your hull. That's the gray bar, and that lets you know, obviously how close you are to death. On the left-hand side, it says heat. I don't have anything that actually, you see, it says Z, X, C, and V. I don't have any of those yet because I just got this brand new ship, which is an old clunker that I found in a junkyard. So you don't have to, worry about heat at the beginning of the game. I'm going to pull up the map. As you can see, if you watch, that green dot is drifting because we're in space, right? So at least in that regard, the physics in this game are pretty good. Now, I take a lot of grief from people, whenever I bring up physics because nobody cares about that. But in this case, I would say that this game has a couple of physics issues. Uh-oh. What's sweet is that you can actually hide behind stuff, and then that forces him to come around, and that's a great opportunity to ambush. Oh, assuming that you don't get hit from behind, which I just did, so... Wait for me. Doing a voiceover. Come, Churchill. Oh, I missed. Oh, I'm taking heat here. Wait, get back. Nice. Alright, so I drifted a little further than I thought I was going to. Now, you can use dampeners, right, to actually freeze yourself in place. You just have to remember to do that. But in terms of physics, the one complaint that I do have is that in space, small objects are attracted by the gravity of larger objects. So anything that you find here, including crates and things like that, should theoretically get sucked to you as part of the fact that that's just how gravity works. Conversely, if you are floating by something that's humongous, you should actually be sucked in towards it. So if I were to make a game like this, I would kind of insist for that. I don't know if that is something that would actually be fun. Maybe they actually did that and they were like, man, this is really hard, so we'll just skip that part. But, I would have preferred to have seen that, at least, in terms of just trying to make the physics as real as possible. Now, let me show you what happens when you go to the edge. You get yanked back in. Now, that's really convenient during a firefight. You can actually kind of whip yourself above like somebody who's firing at you, and then they have to spin, which makes them less accurate, and then you can go immediately to guns on them when you're coming back in, which is really fun. There's a lot of times when you can do that. But remember, it's space, and now I'm getting shot across the other end of the screen. And you'll see, once I get there, we'll do it again. I love it. All hail physics. Alright, so I'm just going to use my dampeners so that I don't go wandering about aimlessly, and we're going to go blow up a crate. Now, while I'm thinking of it, okay, this game does have some negative aspects to it, alright? The first negative aspect is that when you are playing this game, if you try to Alt-Tab out of it, your computer will go a little wonky, okay? So, in that regard, from a back-end standpoint, this game has a few issues. But as far as the gameplay is concerned, it seems pretty sound so far. I've been playing for about, I'm going to say 3 hours. Now, normally, I would spend the time to actually wipe out all of these because all the stuff that you pick up while you're out here, like some of them make you shoot faster, some of them make you fly faster. There's other stuff that will mitigate damage. It's sort of like an armor sort of situation, except it isn't really armor. It's just, they're reducing the damage that you take. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to try and fly through this mess. Basically, this is just a like a junkyard in space. And on the other side of it is our objective. Wait a minute. Hide. We'll let him bounce around a little bit. He'll take some damage. I've gotten to be very good with the missiles, so... It's along the lines, bonk. Ah, nice. You have to kind of aim in front of them so that the missile will get there as they're crossing into its path. That's the idea, so... I may make it look good. And you see that little red dot? That's a mine that he dropped. Uh-oh, wait, I want that. Dampeners. Meow, 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 meow. I can't help myself. If I see it, see, I can actively say, all right, I will ignore all loot. But if I see the loot, then I have to own the loot. So we'll have to wait for that. And, there's another one. Wait, you come back? Dampeners. Ah, repair. So if you take damage, then there's repairs. All kinds of stuff. No, get away. If you bump into these things gradually, they won't do any damage. But if you slam into them, then you're gonna, you know, take some hull crashing. All right, so we gotta go this way. Murderous space pirate games. Which apparently that's what you are. You are a shady person. Oh, yes. Damage plus. Okay, so that's really good. That's another reason why you should actually take the time to go through and wipe out all the stuff. Although I'm sure most of you are bored, so since we're here at the end, I'm going to skip past all that. Now, ideally, you can actually kill him because the camera will zoom out as we get closer. And we might be able to do this from a distance to limit the amount of... Whoa. He's not kidding. To fire the bioweapon. Left mouse button? Left mouse button. Pew! I hope that was on target. Clean jack? Biological warfare, people. I'm stealing a battle cruiser. Alright, so that might seem a little hokey, but it's fun anyway. I don't care. Hijack abandoned cruiser. Here there be snacks. Sweet. Not bad. 10 minutes. Alright, so Plex is kind of like the gold in the game. And you can earn that. So, like for instance, I did a like a bonus complete, right? And it should tell you hijack cruiser without it hitting you, right? And then speedy interceptor is probably a time thing, 90 seconds, right? So clearly I didn't do that. But then, so as you earn these, you gain, you know, Plex. So you can use that later on. Now, I have not figured out when exactly that's going to be because at least for the first 5 missions, there's been no store or anything like that. So I'm guessing that we're saving up this Plex and then eventually in the future, we'll be able to spend it on something sweet. What I'm also hoping is that there's more of a plot to this game because right now it's very linear. But I've only been playing for, you know, like an hour or two, so you know, we'll see how that works out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the like button or subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this in the future. I'm Angelic Mayhem, and I'll see you next time. Oh wait, we're back! Alright, so something exciting has happened. First of all, I fed many peanut butter cups to the robot in my head. Saucy like a clam and spaghetti. Ooh, I'm in a turret. Ooh. You're in scum territory? They call themselves scum? That's not gonna happen, Chief. Say goodbye. You know, the pedigree, A1 Churchill. Now, see, that's weird. The A1 Churchills, it actually tells you that that's a Kruger ship. So it's weird that these guys would have Kruger ships, but whatever. Pew, 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 pew. Nice. I assure you that the sound effects for this game are much better than my pew, 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 pew noise. In case anybody was wondering. No heat on this, so you can fire as many shots as you need to. Again, the idea is to lead in front of them and let them fly into your bullets. Oh, he should not have stalled right there. The peanut butter flows through you! Oh, yes! The peanut butter is strong with this one. I'm sorry I lied and said that we were leaving. We're not. We're here permanently. Oh, this is fun. Now, some of these are how long can you last missions, and literally you have to die in order to progress in the game. But then there are achievements for, oh, you lasted for, you know, like 12 rounds or 15 rounds or... Look at this. Look at this. This damage I'm taking. And I'm suspecting that this is one of those as well. We're just going to get slammed by as many Churchills as possible until eventually we have to succumb. Ooh. Maybe I'm wrong. Sweet. Ooh, that's good plex. Okay, now I promise that I'm leaving. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you later.